Imagine someone you knew, someone respected and loved by millions, suddenly showing up again, right in front of you, not just in a dream or a fleeting thought, but actually appearing, as if stepping out of a hidden world beyond our own. What secrets would they reveal? This is exactly what happened to a humble nun in a quiet, secluded monastery, and the story she shared will leave you speechless. We often hear stories about people experiencing extraordinary things. Visions of angels, encounters with loved ones who have passed away, even moments where time seems to stand still. Most of us shrug these off, right? We think, that's just a story, or it could never happen to me. Yet, the story I'm about to tell you is different. It's about a clear, vivid encounter that changed the life of one woman forever. The person who appeared to this nun was none other than Pope John Paul II, a man who during his lifetime was a symbol of faith, strength, and compassion to millions of people around the world. But what he revealed after his death is something no one could have expected. He talked about church events, afterlife secrets, and the struggles every soul, no matter how holy, faces. Sister Marta was alone in her room praying the rosary as she did every morning. The room was peaceful, filled with the soft glow of dawn, and she was thinking deeply about the state of the world and the church. She observed the difficulty in propagating the faith, the disintegration of families, and the confusion and disorientation of some priests. Pope John Paul II began to speak, his voice calm and gentle. He talked about the trials and sufferings the church was going through, likening them to a great storm that must pass before peace can return. He spoke of the need for unity and strength, for believers to hold fast to their faith, no matter how hard things might seem. He revealed that even he, as the Pope, had to go through a period of purification after his death, a time in purgatory where souls are cleansed of their earthly flaws before they can fully enter heaven. Even someone as revered and holy as Pope John Paul II had to face this trial. It was a humbling, almost terrifying thought, and it made Sister Marta realize just how serious and real our spiritual journeys are. It's easy to get caught up in our daily routines and forget that there's so much more beyond what we see. And maybe, just maybe, there's someone out there watching over us, waiting to guide us when we need it most. We all experience moments when life seems to be crushing us and finding answers seems impossible. In those moments, having more understanding, clarity, and guidance can make a difference, and that is exactly what the secret of the apparitions of Jesus offers, a path to clarity and peace through the revelations of Jesus. If you're seeking clarity and hope, this ebook could be the lifesaver you've been waiting for. The best part is it's currently available as you can download the gift from the first comment posted, correct? It could be what you need for today. You pray and hope for better days, but sometimes it seems like the darkness is everywhere, on the news, in your community, even in your own home. Now imagine the faith and courage it takes to keep believing, to keep praying, and to stay strong. That's exactly what Sister Marta felt, alone in her monastery, surrounded by silence, yet overwhelmed by the suffering she saw around her. Scandals, divisions, and a growing sense of mistrust were tearing at its very fabric. The church left the faithful, who once sought guidance and hope, confused and disheartened. And it wasn't just the church. Families were breaking apart, traditional values seemed to be crumbling, and it felt like the world was losing its way. Sister Marta, isolated in her quiet convent, could feel this pain deeply. She prayed day and night, pleading for guidance and strength, not just for herself, but for everyone struggling to hold on to their faith. And as she recited her prayers, her thoughts turned to Pope John Paul II, who had passed away just months earlier. On the occasion, he looked at her with eyes full of understanding and compassion, and she knew in that moment that he had come with a purpose. "Do not be afraid," he told her, his voice echoing softly in the room. "The church is facing a period of hardship, yet it remains unabandoned. It must pass through this fire to become pure again. His words were both comforting and terrifying, like a warning that something even more difficult was on the horizon. Pope John Paul II, who had led the Catholic Church for 26 years and was known for his tireless fight for peace and justice, shared a personal revelation that left Sister Marta speechless. Despite his revered status, despite being canonized just 9 years after his death, a record speed in modern times, he revealed that even he had to go through a period of purification in purgatory. For many, this was a shocking thought. A man so deeply holy and respected still faced divine judgment. It was a powerful reminder that no one, no matter how devout, is above the need for redemption. The idea of purgatory might sound old-fashioned or even frightening, but it's a crucial part of Catholic teaching. People view it as a purifying place where souls go before entering heaven. And if someone like Pope John Paul II had to endure this, what does it mean for the rest of us? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The fear of not being ready, of not being good enough, can be overwhelming. However, his message didn't aim to frighten us, but to equip us. We must all go through our own trials, he said. We must face our darkness to see the light. His words were a call to arms, urging us to confront our own flaws and weaknesses and to strive for goodness even when it seems impossible. It was a reminder that faith isn't just about believing. It's about doing the hard work of becoming better, kinder, and more loving, even when the world around us is falling apart. Pope John Paul II's message was clear. We must not lose hope. We must keep praying, keep believing, and keep striving to be the best versions of ourselves, no matter how hard things get. His visit to Sister Marta wasn't just a message for her, it was a message for all of us. It was a warning, yes, but also a beacon of hope, a sign that even in the darkest times, we are not alone. There is a path forward, but it's not an easy one. It's a path that requires courage, resilience, and, above all, faith. When Pope John Paul II appeared to Sister Marta, he spoke directly to this crisis of unity. He described the Church's current state as a reflection of the passion of Christ, the intense suffering and sacrifice Jesus endured before his resurrection. Just as Christ faced betrayal and pain to bring about a greater good, the Church, too, must endure its own passion to become the holy and unblemished body it is meant to be. Pope John Paul II's message was clear. The Church must go through a process of purification. This isn't about punishment, but about transformation. The Church must undergo refinement, just as fire refines gold to eliminate any imperfections. This process can be painful and frightening because it involves facing hard truths and making difficult changes. For the Church, purification means addressing the deep-rooted issues that have caused harm and scandal. It entails admitting past transgressions, pursuing forgiveness, and implementing tangible measures to prevent the recurrence of such errors. It involves establishing an environment that fosters healing and rebuilds trust. But it's not just about the institution, it's about each one of us as well. Every member of the Church, from the highest clergy to the faithful in the pews, plays a part in this process. Unity doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. It means being honest about the issues we face, but approaching them with love and a desire to heal, not to divide. It's about building bridges rather than walls, finding common ground rather than focusing on what separates us. Second, we must keep our faith strong. The process of purification can be long and painful, and it's easy to lose hope. But faith reminds us that this journey has a purpose, that beyond the struggles and trials lies a Church that is stronger, more united, and more faithful to its mission. Finally, we must embrace unity, not just as a concept, but as a daily practice. This means reaching out to those who feel excluded, listening to those with different viewpoints, and finding ways to work together for the good of the Church and the world. Pope John Paul II's message wasn't just about the Church as an institution. It was about all of us. It was a call to look within, to find the strength to face our own trials, and to stand together in faith and love. No doubt the church is struggling, but there is hope. It's a chapter that, while painful, is leading to something greater. His time in purgatory wasn't a punishment, but a necessary process to understand the full impact of his choices. It was about seeing how even small actions, small decisions, can ripple out and affect countless lives. This is the essence of divine justice, not just measuring what we've done, but helping us truly comprehend the weight of our actions. The thought of divine judgment can be frightening. Everyone commits mistakes and harbors regrets, and the prospect of a detailed examination of these actions can cause anxiety. But this fear is also a call to action, a reminder that what we do in this life matters. It's an invitation to reflect on our choices, to seek forgiveness where we've gone wrong, and to strive to be better. Pope John Paul II intended Sister Marta's revelation to inspire us rather than to frighten us. It showed that no matter our flaws, we can be renewed. The process of purification, whether here on earth or beyond, is a chance to become the best version of ourselves, to cleanse our souls and move closer to the divine. But divine justice isn't just something that happens after we die. It's something we can strive for every day, in our choices, how we treat others, and how we handle challenges. It's about being fair, standing up for what's right, and showing compassion even when it's difficult. Each of us has the power to bring a little more justice into the world and to balance the scales in our own way. Pope John Paul II's appearance to Sister Marta wasn't just a moment of divine intervention. It was a wake-up call. His messages touched on themes that are timeless yet incredibly relevant to our present world. The need for unity in the face of division, the power of faith to sustain us through suffering, and the reality of divine justice that holds each of us accountable. These are not just abstract ideas. They are calls to action. If you're finding this content meaningful, please consider supporting us by clicking the Super Thanks button. Your contribution is helping us continue to create inspiring stories, explore deep topics, and bring you the best content possible. One of the most striking aspects of this story is the emphasis on personal responsibility and reflection. We are often so caught up in the chaos of our daily lives that we forget to pause and ask ourselves, are we living according to our values? Are we strengthening our communities or stirring up conflict? The message is clear. True change begins within each of us. More than the church or religious institutions, this is about our daily lives. Whether we are people of faith or simply seeking to live meaningful lives, the principles of redemption, justice, and unity apply to us all. It's about striving to be honest, compassionate, and courageous in the face of adversity. It's about choosing kindness over judgment, understanding over resentment, and love over fear. The Church's journey of purification mirrors the personal journey that each of us must undertake. Just as the Church must confront its past and work towards a future of integrity and trust, we too must face our own mistakes and seek to grow from them. This isn't easy. It requires humility, forgiveness, and a willingness to change. This process brings true personal and community transformation. Despite the trials the Church faces and the personal challenges we all encounter, this story is ultimately one of hope. It's a reminder that no matter how difficult things may seem, there is always the possibility of renewal and redemption. The process may be painful and the road long, but the destination is worth it, a place of peace, unity, and true fulfillment. We are all part of something greater than ourselves. Whether through faith, community, or personal growth, each of us has the power to make a difference. We may not receive a vision like Sister Marta's, but we can still listen to the quiet voice within us that guides us towards what is right and just. We can still be a force for good in a world that so often seems lost. Thank you for being part of this amazing journey. Be part of our community by subscribing to this channel. Until the next video.